Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
Family, you guys are so amazing. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS The Podcast, and this is 5 minutes motivation. I got to talk to y'all guys today, and let me ask this. Before we go deep, let me say this first. Many people ask the critical question: why do you do 5 minutes of motivation on Friday? Why don't you hold it out to Monday? The reason I do it on Friday is because many of you make bad decisions over the weekend. So I want you to go inside your weekend, into your weekend with a clear, focused mind and staying focused and staying on track, staying on course. So I got to drop these every single Friday, 8 a.m. It's going to bring you back in so Monday morning you can be more effective, more impactful. So that's what I want to talk about. There's a time, watch this, there's a time to talk negativity or to talk the negative aspects about an idea. I can't stand, I got to drop this in your spirit real fast. When I talk about an idea and your first response is something negative, you got to get out my life. You got to get out my circle. You got to get out my space. When I talk about an idea and your first response is to say what could go wrong or something negative about my idea, I can't stand those type of people, period. And I wanted to come to you today to let you know that the people that talk negative about your dreams, about your idea, about a vision that you have, you need to release them out of your space. Remove them. And the reason I say you need to remove them, why? Because watch this. People that's in your circle that has the closest reach to you are generally people that you really, really respect. Because you're not going to have somebody in your reach or in your circle or close to you that can contact with you at any given time or whenever they want to that you don't respect or that you don't love, or that you don't value their opinion. But the people that always got something negative to say, soon you bring up an idea, you're talking about, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to start this podcast. And when I start the podcast, I want to be able to travel all over the world, do concerts and do podcasts live with thousands of people, and they shoot it down. But you ain't got no money. You don't have no podcast. You haven't even started a podcast. If they always bring up the negative parts of an idea, what's going to happen is you're going to start feeding into it. Then eventually you're going to release that idea. Why? Because you're going to start buying into their negativity. Too many of you all have lost dreams. Too many of you all have lost visions. Too many of you all have put down what you really want to do in life because somebody that's close to you have talked negative about the very idea that you thought that was going to change your life. You were excited. Let's be honest. You were excited about your dream. You were excited about your idea. You were excited about your vision until the person that you allowed to hear the vision said something. Then all of a sudden, the dream that you had, not that they had, the dream that you came up with, the vision that you came up with, what you love, your baby, what you birthed, what God allowed to birth in your head, and you came out your mouth and you told them, and they said something negative about it, then you begin to believe, it may not work. You need to release those people, and I gotta mention this, and because I'm almost out of time. There is a time to talk negativity about the dream. Now, I'm not talking about it's a bad dream, we shouldn't do it, it's a bad idea, don't do it. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's a time to talk about what could go wrong, right? But let's dream right now. Let's build in this moment, in this space. Let's build on this dream, on this idea. Let's keep on building. And then when it's time to execute, after we finish brainstorming, after we finish putting the picture together, before we begin to execute the process, now let's talk about all the negatives. Now let's talk about everything that we need to shave off. Now, when we're talking about negatives, we're not talking about the negatives of the aspect of, no, we're not going to do this. No, this is a bad idea. I don't think that we should do this. We're not talking like that. Because any idea, any dream that you thought about, it's a possibility that it could live. Do you think that the person the guy he just died, the Cash App guy, don't you think that when he brought up that idea to somebody when he first created it, and he said, listen, I think that I should create something that you can send money to somebody else and it goes on this card and you don't have to have a bank account. We don't do no credit check. And many people, I guarantee many people say that was stupid. That's a dumb idea. Why would you do that? That's stupid. That's why you got banks for. Or is it a good idea? You got to remove the people that's going to be negative out of your life. I'm almost out of time. I got 30 seconds. You got to remove the people out of your life, because if you don't remove the negative people out of your life, you will always find yourself coming up with great creative ideas and somebody shoots them down and you don't follow it through. I'm out of time. That's my 5 minutes motivation. I hope it helped you. I'm gone.
You know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.